What's up, my people? Today I want to talk to you guys about a feeling, an honest to God feeling that some of you are experiencing, including myself. Have any of you ever felt confused, perplexed, disconcerted, disordered, mixed up about your life, about where you are in your life? Let's say you're confused about your marriage, confused about your career, confused about where you belong in society. So let's look at some adjectives. Have you ever felt addled? Have you ever had an addled brain? Confused, confounded, thrown into confusion due to an argument with your wife who said something that threw your whole entire existence into question? Have you ever felt bemused, bewildered, perplexed, or lost in reflection? That's what you feel when you don't really know who you are anymore. You don't really know if your life has been a complete and utter failure or if it's a success. You don't know. You feel bemused. Have you ever felt discombobulated, confused, or thrown into an awkward predicament? Let's just say that you are married and you don't want to be married anymore, but you have a child and you don't want to leave your child with your wife because you know that your child needs you. You could feel discombobulated. How about flummoxed? Have you ever looked at your life and realized that maybe you raised another man's child, multiple children that weren't yours, and now, because of the way that your life is going or has gone, you're left feeling flummoxed, completely bewildered, because maybe it was all for nothing and it wasn't momentary. Maybe this is a lifelong feeling. How about nebulous, vague, and not well thought out? We've all experienced nebulous decisions that we've made. We've all taken action. Some of those actions were not well thought out, and they left us confused. How about obscurant? Tending to make obscure, preventing understanding. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and you walked away feeling obscurant? What about quizzical? Showing puzzled amusement or disbelief. Have you ever been in a situation where you were left feeling quizzical? Because of the situation that you're in, you just didn't feel like you belonged. You felt like an outcast. So you walk away always feeling like, where do you really truly belong? How about some verbs? Conflate, to fuse together, especially to mistakenly think of separate concepts, actions, or things as identical. When you conflate things, you might conflate infatuation with love, or you might conflate a desire to not be alone with love. What about nonplussed? Have you ever felt nonplussed? A state of utter perplexity in which one is unable to act further. Nonplussed. I felt nonplussed. I've been in this state of utter perplexity. And now I feel another word, obfuscate, to talk or write about a subject in a way that deliberately makes it unclear. I feel like trying to explain how I feel sometimes, I obfuscate the truth, or I obfuscate my own reality because I'm unable to passionately and clearly explain how I truly feel. Have you ever felt that way before? What about Farrago? These are the nouns now. A careless, confused mixture, a mismatch. Farrago. Never been careless. I've often been confused, and I think I have a mismatch of feelings that are conflated, leaving me nonplussed, exceedingly perplexed. I've been in a quandary, a state of uncertainty about one's next move. What do you do when you feel like you don't want to be in a marriage anymore, but you stay anyway? That would qualify as a quandary. What about a snafu? Have any of you been in a snafu before? An egregious but common error. I've made a snafu. Maybe about your career. Maybe about your friends. Maybe about your passions. Maybe you drink too much. Maybe you don't go to the gym too much. Maybe that's your snafu. Now let's look at some antonyms to decipher, to translate from meaningless code, to discover the meaning of, to interpret. How do I decipher my situation? How do you decipher your situation? How do we decipher our situation so that we are not left nonplussed? So that we are not confused, so that we are not astounded by the reality that we exist in. To illuminate, another antonym, to make clear, to enlighten intellectually. How do we illuminate the situations that we are in? How? How do we illuminate? How do we find enlightenment? How do we think clearly? How do we calm ourselves? How do we find a way? Those are the antonyms. Decipher, illuminate, snafus, a quandary, fargos, obfuscate, nonplus, conflate, quizzical, obscurant, nebulous. And flummoxed, discombobulated, bemused, addled, confused, perplexed or disconcerted, disordered, mixed up. How many of you have been left confused about life?